Verizon kicking off earnings for the telecom sector. The wireless giant reported a profit beat. And look at the customer additions during the quarter. Verizon saw 239,000 customers come on board, outpacing the 221,000 expected. And total broadband connections ballooned to 11.9 million, year-over-year jump of nearly 16%. But right after the opening bell, you could see that the stock dropped to a session low of about $40.75, partially due to the company's slight miss on revenue. Right now, the stock, while still down, is off the lows of the session to $41.63. Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive to dissect the earnings and tell us what he sees ahead is Verizon Chairman and CEO Hans Vestberg. And you call this a pivotal quarter here. And you walked onto this set, you're like floating. Define pivotal, because for some reason, investors at the moment don't see that.
Yeah, when you look at the daily trading, of course, there's nothing you're happy when the share is down like that. But if I look at my financials in this quarter, I grew 2.7% in my wireless service revenue. I had $12.5 billion in adjusted EBITDA, which is the record profit for Verizon ever.
Stop there. Explain to the viewers exactly what that means, because when you have record EBITDA, that is pretty significant.
It's significant in the history of a company that is 23, 24 years old, and this is the biggest profit we made in a quarter ever. So, of course, we have been for 6 quarters being better year over year and sequentially in all 6 quarters financially. So very good and solid cash flow of $6 billion in free cash flow. So good there, but not only that, the metrics was good as well. I mean, as you said, 239,000 net additions on postpaid, and then way over 350,000 new broadband customers again. So all the metrics are going in the right way. And then we, of course, talked about our broadband update. We have now hit 4.2 million fixed wireless access customers on broadband. We do 5G on broadband. And now we're upping the target to doubling that to 8 to 9 billion customer on fixed wireless access 2028.
So tell investors why they should not worry about the 8.1% drop in wireless equipment, and that includes phone upgrades.
Usually, when we have no major margin on hardware, so we didn't measure that. My metrics, how I measure is on my service revenue, because that's all the profit. The hardware is usually a flow-through, and what we see right now, that is coming down, because my consumers, for example, they keep their phones now more than 40 months. Remember, 5-10 years ago, you changed your phone every year. Nowadays, you do it every 3-4 years.
40 months is actually short for me. Mine is going on.
OK, you might be an outlier. I change every year, so the average between us is probably good. But that is what's happening, and so that's nothing to worry about, that the overall top line for Verizon is down. What you're looking for is the service revenue. That's really what is driving recurrent revenue and a subscription-based revenue.
OK, I will absolutely get to that, but I can't leave hardware without asking you about the iPhone 16 upgrade cycle. Wait, that's not exactly
no, I think that what we have seen on this cycle so far on iPhone 16, it's actually lower than last year. Customers are going a bit slowly, but also, Apple has done a difference here. They are releasing the software and the hardware in different time zones, meaning different month. So we're going to see, of course, if that has any difference. But historically, the times we have seen some real surge on handset sales is when we have a change from 4G to 5G, or I would say a hardware redesign. So it's a new type of design. This time we have neither of them.
Are they coming in and saying, I need this iPhone 16?
Of course, there are Apple lovers are doing it.
But not in the same numbers.
No, we are down 10% on upgrades this quarter.
Down 10% on upgrades the quarter. John Stankey of AT&T had been here just a week or two after the iPhone 16 had launched. Maybe it was 3 weeks. I can't remember. But I asked him, and he said, well, it's tracking pretty much like the last time, like iPhone 15. But now, given some time, it's a little bit lower.
It's a little bit lower, actually.
A little bit lower. OK. What would you say to Tim Cook about the reason for that?
First of all, we have a long relationship with Apple, and as all companies, you come with different type of releases, and I think we have a good working relationship with them to push their products through. We're going to wait and see what the software will do when the generative AI software will come, if that has a major impact, and that's why customers have been waiting a little bit and see how is the software going to come out. So I think those releases are coming pretty soon, so we're going to see.
You guys have spent a lot. $20 billion deal for Frontier and U.S. Cellular Spectrum, about $1 billion for that. Let's talk about the Frontier. Deal is not done just yet. When do you expect it to close? So
it's a vote in the middle of November for the shareholders of Frontier. So it was a very competitive process. You can read the proxy. We made our best and final, and we have a signed agreement with the board and with the company, and now they need to take it to their shareholder meeting. What does it bring you? Because it's more regional, and you're going for national convergence here. So it brings me more fiber passings, because I have my Fios footprint, which is extraordinarily well in the east of the country. We are now adding Frontier's footprint or fiber passing. So in total, we're going to be in 31 states. We're going to have, as this closes in the middle of 26, more than 30 million fiber passings. And over time, with our plans we have right now, we can reach to 35, 40 million fiber homes passed, which is a large part of the United States. And then we add my fixed wireless access, my broadband 5G for home. And then I'm going to cover over time more than 100 million of the households and businesses in the United States. So we're going to have a really massive broadband. And on top of that, we have the best mobile network in the country. So we're really building on one core, is the mobile and broadband network. I'm sure T-Mobile would argue with you on that, but you guys can battle it out. The My Plan, the flexibility, and this goes back to this word convergence, which is so hot at the moment, but the flexibility option where people can customize what they want involve bundles. Yeah. What kind of, I guess, revenue does that bring in? Because traditionally, by definition, bundles come in at discounts. That's why people love them. But we don't believe in that. So what we are doing, so if we do My Plan, which is designed to get control, simplicity, and flexibility for our customer and value, you pick whatever wireless plan you want. Then you pick perks. It's not an inclusion. Perks is Max, Apple One, or if it's Disney Plus, you pick them for $10 all. They're called perks. Which ones are most popular? It depends a little bit on which season it is, but right now what we've seen lately is, of course, the combination we're doing between Netflix and Max. I was going to say, got to be Netflix. Yeah, because very few, we are the only one that can combine Netflix and Max and put it in front of our customers. And for our customers, they are saving money on all those. Usually it's $10 for a perk, and if you go to Netflix, you pay more. So we have a wholesale agreement with them, so we make money, our customers make value, our retail partners, streaming partners, they don't have the cost of acquisition. So it's a win-win for all, and that's how we build our My Plan with flexibility. Instead of doing inclusions, they can pick what they want, because historically when you did an inclusion, half of the population said, great, I got it for free. Half said, I got something for free that I really don't want. So that's why we have the perk system right now, which is working extremely. Then we have adjacent service, everything from insurance, etc. And that's how we build My Plan. Cable? Cable is another product. That is not a big endorsement. I have to say, I switched to YouTube TV. Yeah. I kept my Fios fiber, my broadband, but I don't use Fios anymore. No. So what are you seeing? I see a quick change from our customer base. I mean, in the quarter, if we add 375,000 new broadband customers, 90% are not taking a TV package. They basically have a naked broadband, and then they take service on top of it, streaming services. That's what's happening in the market right now, and we create that flexibility as well, because we tell our customers, do you want broadband only? Do you want Fios with the TV channels or not? When we do fixed wireless access, we offer them YouTube TV or Hulu TV or what it might be. So we see a totally different pattern in the market right now when it comes to that. Oh, okay. So I went naked broadband. Yeah, naked broadband, that's what we call it. I'm not sure that's a good word. Okay, but why not? Why not? The good Lord made us naked. Okay, and last thing. The next quarter, when you're sitting here, are the numbers going to be better? I think we are now in a good position. We have great products, we have great assets, we have good momentum on our business. And actually, when we talked about the financial guide for the year, we said for wireless service revenue and EBITDA, we're going to be in the middle of the guidance or above. So we are already doing better than we said in the range for those two guidance we did in the beginning of the year.
Well, year over year, the stock is up 39%.
Thank you.
And the dividend up once again for the 18th year in a row.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
know your numbers. Thank you.
Good to see you, Hans.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please come back.